Afternoon. What's up, everybody?
Y'all?
Welcome back. Season 2.
Ooh.
Akrite Outloud
Podcast.
I like it. We are back.
We are back on another Saturday.
Yes.
I'm one of your hosts, Tonja.
Hey, I'm Jermaine.
And we are Akrite Outloud.
Akrite Outloud.
Also known as
Exactly.
We are back for another great season.
Yes, we are.
Did you enjoy that September off?
I did. I enjoyed it, but I am happy to be back.
Yeah.
In the saddle with you. I just want to say you just looking as good as you want to look this morning in this on this.
Bro, you ain't got no shortcomings, okay?
Listen, y'all, man, we are so excited about this new season, and I know that you guys have already seen.
We know y'all missed us. Y'all can tell us.
Yeah. Please tell us.
In the month of September.
Yeah, put it in the comments. Say we missed y'all.
Thank y'all for coming back for another season.
Yes.
We hope y'all got some rest in the month of September.
Yes.
But we have a new episode for this new month of October.
Yes. This season that we're in, no pun intended in terms of seasons or whatnot. Man, we have officially entered into cuffing season.
How about it, y'all?
Yeah.
Who knew there was a season for cuffing?
Who knew? And notice we're saying cuffing with the letter C.
What other letter would cuffing start? Okay, don't even worry about that. But go on.
All right. So we're excited, man. Let's jump right in. We know that your Saturdays are just as important to
as
you
ours.
But man, we have some things to discuss and talk about.
Got
a little dribble on me.
You got a little dribble. You okay?
Yeah,
you get it all? Okay.
I did. Cuffing season.
So what's the title of this episode?
Please tell me.
You really want to know?
I do want to know.
If you must cuff. Cuff responsibly.
At least do it responsibly.
At least be responsible.
At least. The least you can do.
The least you can do.
The Bible says it's your reasonable service.
Come on now.
Just be responsible with it.
Come on.
When we first started brainstorming for this for the new season, and we knew that we was going to be talking about cuffing, I was like, Lord, now we're not trying to tell these people how to
go out and cuff.
Right. to teach them or tell them how not to be responsible, but no, we are
here to be a sound mind, to offer some wisdom and knowledge about how cuffing season can have bad repercussions, and you may be dealing with consequences from the last cuffing season,
right,
entering into a new one,
right.
So.
I don't know what I won't say I don't know, but I say it like this. What is it with this thing to where when the fall months hit, when it's songwriter said when it's cold outside.
I was so thinking about that.
People are like, man, I got to find me a boo. I got to get somebody.
Booed up.
Yeah, for the I got to get booed up for the holidays and just.
Y'all. Yeah. Okay, babe. First, let's talk about what cuffing season is, because we may have some subscribers or listeners.
I know we do.
Who do not even know what cuffing season is. Right. So, y'all, I did a little research because I never knew it was a season until maybe a few years ago.
Yeah, because that's how we were saying on social media.
Yeah, it became a trend. Like, why would that become a trend? But anyway,
right. I don't know.
So I had to Google it.
Okay, Google.
Copy and paste in my notes.
Copy and paste.
Right. So y'all can understand what cuffing season is, because we want y'all to be informed.
Right, and so we can have some conversations about it. Come on, help us today.
Cuffing season is. So it's not season, it's cuffing.
Okay.
Cuffing is a slang term that refers to the act of entering into a relationship, particularly during the colder months of the year. And then so cuffing season is a time that you choose a partner.
Okay.
Because it's cold outside.
Right.
For whatever reason you may have. And you develop a romantic relationship or just a relationship in general.
Okay.
With them. Okay. Cuffing season is the period of time when single people, supposed to be single people, right?
Okay.
Single people actively So they go out and seek.
Right.
Okay.
On purpose.
Looking for short term. Now, this ain't long term, y'all. This not year round. Don't be confused with a real relationship.
Come on.
This is more of a situationship.
Okay.
Short-term romantic partners, usually from October to Valentine's Day. So you got a good October, November, December, January, February. You got a good 5 months.
So the official cuffing season is from October to mid-February.
And this is what Google is saying.
Okay.
I don't know. Some of y'all's cuffing season may be longer. Some of y'all cuffing season may be shorter.
Right. That's true.
But
That's true.
This is what Google says. And I'm pretty sure this may have been polled, so they can survey and see what the numbers say or whatever.
Okay.
So the term cuffing is a metaphor for attaching oneself to another person, and is similar to the slang term hooking up or getting hitched.
Okay.
But I thought getting hitched means getting married.
Well, I think I think the term hitched is different for whatever cause at that particular time. Because a lot of times when people are getting ready to get married, sometimes people use the terminology I'm getting ready to get hitched, or when people are telling someone that they have just gotten in a relationship, hey, I recently just got hitched. Kind of like the movie Hitch.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. To be put into a relationship.
I want to say this. I think the biggest thing that stood out to me when you were reading that definition of cuffing season is the term cuffing being a metaphor for you attaching yourself to a person. Yeah. So if I'm attaching myself to a person just for the sole purpose of really pleasing my selfly, my flesh, selfly desires, but I'm only doing this just for a season, a 5-month period. And so when we say things like cuff responsibly, it's so open, because for some people that means don't make a mistake during that particular season that will have you taking care of an extra person 9 months from that particular time. You can look at it like that. You 5 months, you go into this cuffing season, then you find yourself, you have attached yourself, your heart and everything about you to a particular person, only for that other individual to have the mindset of, once this season is over, I'm gone. I'm getting ready to give you the whole talk about it's not you. It's not you. It's me. I'm not ready for a relationship. It's me type deal. Yeah.
So the main thing that sticks out with me when it comes to cuffing season is, God wants us to be led by our spirit and not by the emotions of our flesh.
Oh, absolutely.
And so we are so quick to jump on what we're feeling instead of listening and hearing what we're discerning.
Right.
So you already know getting into this relationship is not a good idea, but your flesh is like, but she available, but he available, and I'm lonely. I need it. I want it. I desire it.
So you actually believe, and of course this is, I won't say rhetorical, but so you actually believe that people choose these kinds of relationships in the fall just for the sole purpose of, I don't want to be alone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who wants to sit in the cold, be out in the cold by themselves?
I mean, I get that.
The wind is blowing.
We let the blinds and said amen. I just find that I won't say I find that hard to believe. I find that I think that's sad. I think that's sad.
I agree.
I think it's a little sad.
Well, I don't think it's sad. I just think, I think that people need to learn their emotions and what triggers them into situations such as a cuffing season.
Okay.
Like when you understand who you are as a person, then you'll know if cuffing season is a thing for you or not. And you'll understand why you need it, how often you need it,
right.
and who you need it with.
That's true. Okay.
Because in my opinion, cuffing season is not just about romantic relationships. It's about, the person that, you may go on dates with just because you don't want to be alone.
Gotcha.
Somebody that entertains you for the time being.
Right.
whether it's physically, mentally, whatever, emotionally. That, in my opinion, that's what cuffing, that's how it begins. And then it leads into coming over and developing more of a romantic relationship. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Well, yeah, but I think the mistake that a lot of people make with everything that you just said in terms of the process of dating someone and going out with them because you feel comfortable with them, but you know that because of your schedule or just because of your own personal preference, you just have not made a full step forward with this person for them to be in a relationship with. But because you don't want to be alone during this time, you say, I'm comfortable with them, and then they're comfortable with you.
And you do relationship things.
Okay, that's good.
That's not good.
Well, I'm just saying what I'm saying.
If it's seasonal.
Right.
Yeah.
But
for a time being.
Well, that's the point
you know
I was getting ready to make.
Yeah.
Because you are setting yourself up for so many different pitfalls and disappointments. Because what happens where somewhere down the line you actually start to really like this individual just beyond surface liking.
Yeah.
And then I also believe that a lot of people, when they pull the whole physical aspect of cuffing, sex into it, it definitely makes for a slippery slope because now your feelings are really involved now because you have taken what was supposed to be a temporary situation and made almost like a lifelong commitment with your body. So you really got to be careful with that because you can ultimately end up giving so much of yourself away beyond just time to the innermost parts of you, just for the sake of, I don't want to be alone. I don't want this.
Yeah, just for the sake of companionship.
Right.
And some things are more valuable, should be more valuable to you. As young people, we're so quick to do things. We don't really process things the way that, most mature adults do.
Right.
So we're, what do they call it? When you just jump on it and you don't even think about it. You don't weigh out the pros and the cons. Right. So you don't sit there and you think to yourself, okay, I got this. I'm gonna speak for me.
Okay.
As a single person.
Okay.
Just, being used to having companionship, being used to having someone lay next to me at night, being used to having someone that I can talk to and check in with on a day-to-day basis. Well, now I'm single. And we're coming up on the cold seasons. And I know that I don't go outside a lot when it's cold.
Right.
Most of us don't go outside a lot when it's cold. So we want to be snugged up, and not to mention the months of November and December where, it's the holidays. A lot of people definitely don't want to be alone for the holidays. So that's just like, am I sitting down and thinking about, if I do start a new relationship with this person, is it something that can continue past the cuffing season? Is it something that I temporarily need just to get me through the months that are the cold months?
Right.
But like, why is that a person's job to fulfill the loneliness that you're feeling or the sadness that you're feeling from being in a season where you don't have someone with you? You're putting that responsibility on another person to give to you what you should be able to give to yourself.
That's right.
And so the point of us saying, if you got a cuff responsibly, is, do you even know why you want to be in a cuffing season? Do you even understand what can come behind being in a cuffing season? Because I'm gonna tell you, it's a lot of, I think the women are more in the limelight at more than men.
Okay.
Because they can have something that they have to carry over after cuffing season. If they get pregnant.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah.
You got to look at little Billy Bob.
Yeah.
Every day.
Right.
And remember that you came from a season where I was being irresponsible.
Yeah. Not to say Billy Bob was a mistake, but
I'm not gonna say Billy Bob was a mistake because I don't believe God make mistakes.
Right, well, of course.
But I am saying that Billy Bob could have came at a later time in your life where you were more stable in a healthier relationship or marriage, preferably marriage, you know. Right. But I know how the world works these days, so I'm not naive to that.
Well, that's very true. But then too, nobody. Well, hypothetically speaking, I believe that nobody goes into quote unquote cuffing season, or at least I hope they don't go into cuffing season with a expectation or purposely trying to, get someone pregnant or be pregnant or anything like that. But I think the responsible thing to do is, because you said it best, I think the responsible thing to do is make sure that there is more of a more strong sense of self-love.
Yeah, as opposed to into seeing it from someone else, right? Or getting it from someone else.
What could possibly and potentially, if we're sticking directly with the definition of cuffing, is something that is absolutely it's not definite.
Yeah,
it's not definite, and you just left out there emotions, feelings,
listen,
just everything just left out there because you felt like that you just had to be up under someone just for a season or just for a time.
And that's where this whole terminology of baby mama and baby daddy, you end up putting yourself in position to be labeled,
right,
as those people, the ones that we ain't in a relationship, we ain't never been in a relationship, but he my baby daddy,
right,
or she my baby mama, right. And then when you finally grow past the cuffing season and you find somebody excuse me, and you find somebody that is literally on your level and you're in position now to be in a committed relationship, that cuffing season is going to follow you for at least 18 years with the parent, and then for the rest of your life after that.
Definitely. So to be irresponsible in this season, it is to really, you opening yourself all the way completely up to a person that in your mind was only supposed to be temporary.
Yeah. So guys, don't get it confused. We do not promote cuffing season.
Definitely not in from a physical.
Well, not from period, baby. From the definition. From the definition.
No, what I'm saying is, if it is a person's desire to enter into cuffing season responsibly, they already have self-love, but they meet someone or they are attracted to someone and they take that chance and they shoot their shot but I'm saying the beginning stages of it just so happened to happen during
the season of cuffing.
Yes, gotcha. but those two individuals' mental state is not on anything temporary. It's on something that's, hey, I'm looking for something that is long term.
Well, then those people are not cuffers. I guess that's what you would say, right?
Right, that's good. Right.
They are not cuffers. They are just in the midst of a season where cuffing is at its highest.
Okay.
Because so while I was Googling, it says that October is preseason, right? So what do y'all think this is? Football? Y'all getting your game lined up. I mean, your teammates lined up.
Right.
Ooh, teammates. You got more than one? Jeez. You get the month of November. You get the month of December. You get the month of January. And don't nobody get February, because February mean I got to buy gifts. Well, December mean you got to buy gifts too. Huh?
Well, yeah. But I mean, people, I believe people look at it from the aspect that I don't want to go through these particular holidays alone. Like for Memorial Day, Juneteenth, 4th of July.
That's the summer. They outside.
Yeah, we outside.
Right.
I'm kicking it. I ain't necessarily looking for Bay.
But if Bay shows up.
If Bay show up, But you know what though? Now here's a twist. Because you have a lot of people who are single who they're getting ready for cuffing season, but you have some married couples who like they need to discover what cuffing season is for themselves because they didn't forgot about
it. Ooh, entertain that for a second.
Well, what I'm saying is, it's the old saying goes that I won't say the old saying. We pride ourselves on doing our best to be as relatable and as transparent as we possibly can be when it comes to talking about relationships and the mistakes that you can make.
Yeah.
So we're always telling those people who are single or people who are in relationships, be careful. Do your best to save yourself. When sex comes into it, it's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Okay. But on the flip side, we trying to get. When we talking to married couples, we like, when last time y'all done had sex? When last time have y'all? And we're trying to promote married couples to be more intimate
with each other
in the physical sense. But then we're trying to advise single people, listen, if you make that decision to make that step, that's going to bring a whole lot more into what y'all are already dealing with.
So it doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
Because God created sex for the purpose of multiplication and to the husband and the wife coming together to be closer to each other and to know each other, as the Bible says, to know each other.
Right.
Now, if God is literally saying to you, sex is okay for you to do however frequent you want while you're married.
Right.
Why are we not doing it?
Right. So that's the reason why I brought that up in terms of married couples, man.
Y'all need to take a note from these single folks when it comes down to this physical activity.
It's like, y'all was doing what?
Do what now? Okay, bet.
Right. So I think. Well, no, I won't say I think. Cuffing in a responsible way is, I think the main thing is making sure that you just have that self-love. And what I mean by that is that even if there is no one in November or December or to bring in the new year, that you are so satisfied
with
and happy with who God made you to be, and then with yourself, and just know that you live based on expectation.
Yeah,
you got to have the mindset of, well, if ain't nobody's here right now, they must be being prepared for me.
Well, not only that, if you can't love me the way that I love myself, or even like me the way that I like myself, then why am I adding you to me?
Right.
Like, if you can't bring to me what I already have, then what are we doing here? And even so, if you do decide to do it because you may be dwindling down on your self-love and you need the attention or the affection of someone else, dissect that.
Right.
Why do I need this? Understand that before you even jump into it. Now, some of y'all gonna jump into it head first anyway.
Right.
But
and then you got to learn by your mistakes.
And you got to learn by your mistakes. But I'm hoping that mistake was a lesson that you don't have to repeat every season. I'm hoping that you jumped into cuffing season one time and that was enough for you to understand that, he or she didn't plan on sticking around anyway.
Right.
So that hey, that's not what I want.
Right.
That's what I needed at the time, but it's not what I want to need. If that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense.
And look, who always trying to jump in that front seat when you get into the season, into this whole season of cuffing?
Please tell me who.
It's always that ex. It's always that person that took you the longest to get away from. That just pop up.
Hey,
just pop up out of nowhere.
Ex said, I'm cold too.
I had saw what was this? It was I think it was like a little, what's those Country Wayne skits you be watching, but I don't think it was Country Wayne. I think it was somebody else who did the skit where it was cuffing season. And this is not recent, so I can't recall where I see it, but it's been brought back to my memory that I did see it. And this woman sitting, no, it was a picture. It wasn't a reel. This woman is sitting at her window and the dude is outside of her window. It may be recent.
I hadn't seen it. I'm just
Did I not send you something like that?
No.
Okay. Anyway, pictures speak like a ton of words to me. Like emotions, you can sometimes literally see them through the picture. And she was sitting in her home, and on the outside of her home was a guy with flowers, with candy, and with that some type of look on his face, like, let me in, baby. And she's sitting on the inside, really contemplating, should I do it? Should I stay or should I go? And nobody, there weren't any like captions around her to say what she was thinking or whatever, but I can just imagine being in a state of loneliness, right? And during those times, you're the most vulnerable.
Yep.
I've said all that to make this point. And sometimes we make decisions based off what we're feeling in that present moment. And then we get into the motion of that decision. And it finally clicks to us, this is not what I need. This is not what I want.
Yeah. And
I'm hoping that happens, because if that happens, it puts you in position to make a decision for yourself, and it puts you in and I think that's, when you really speak within yourself and you understand, this ain't for me.
This ain't for me. This.
I mean, it look good, it sound good, right. The little bay pics that you take during the holidays, it sound good, but after the holidays, then what? After that great photo shoot with the matching pajamas, then what?
Right.
Right.
You're right.
So are we looking at cuffing season as a short-term solution to our emotions? And if that's the case, then you trying to put something temporary on something that you need to work deeper inside, because it's a long-term issue.
It's a long-term issue. And just with you kind of describing that photo, and
I feel like I was rambling, but I hope I got my point
across.
No,
you got the point across.
Okay.
The woman's on the inside, contemplating, like, should I let him in again, or should I go through this again? The guy's on the outside just kind of looking like cunning.
You want to.
Right. But then, but of course,
with flowers. What is with dudes and flowers?
What's wrong with flowers?
I mean, what's that gonna solve? What's that gonna help? It's gonna be pretty. Help? Flowers are temporary, baby. Okay. Unless you're a florist and you know how to grow
flowers. Duly noted. Flowers are temporary.
I can't do flowers anyway because of my sinuses, but they cute though.
Duly noted. Flowers are temporary.
He's just talking smack. He's just talking
smack. Just from a man's point of view, let's flip it
from the photo.
Yeah.
Okay.
What if it, if it's the man, and not necessarily saying kind of picture, photo, or whatever, but I'm saying it to flip it for a moment, because men have to make that decision as well.
Oh, no. I'm not saying that it's gender based.
Oh, no.
Loneliness is not based on, if you're a male or a female.
Right.
I'm just saying that the picture, in most cases,
okay,
then the cuffing season is initiated by men, from what I've been reading.
I mean, that's true. And
I'm not saying, ladies, I'm not saying that y'all not strong enough to initiate cuffing season. I'm saying that you shouldn't want to. I'm just saying, cuffing season is not something to be proud of, right? In my opinion, because I support, right? I support healthy relationships. Right. I support relationships that, if they're temporary, what's the point of them? Unless it's a business plan, unless it's something to help grow you, or unless it's something to make you a better person. And if it's not doing that type of job, in my opinion, is not necessary.
Well, I think everything you said was true, but before we let them go, we're always looking at the dynamics of things, right? So when you and I first met, you were coming out of a 10-year marriage, and I had never been married. So to me, did
you cuff me?
No, we met in June.
It wasn't the season,
right? It wasn't. I did, but it wasn't.
Season.
It wasn't the season. I would say that I'm not gonna say I would know more, but I can identify well with the whole cuffing season. But with you being married, and I want to say I believe that some or majority of your friends at that time were single. Did you guys ever have that conversation? Did they ever have that conversation with you, like, girl, I gotta find somebody to get up on, it's gonna get cold or whatnot?
No, that's why I was saying only a few years ago is when I realized that it was a real thing. Like, people literally had a name for it.
Yeah.
Normally it's this whole, my side piece or something like that, but it's a whole season. Like
right.
It's a whole season.
Right.
And I know that people always want to quote that people are in your life for a season. And
well, before you go,
but no. People are in your life for a season.
Okay.
But also for a reason.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And do you know the reason why this person has come into your life? It's not for you to feel a temporary emotion of loneliness. And if it's longer than temporary, I would suggest therapy. And I would suggest talking to someone about your feelings so that you can understand why you're in a season of loneliness.
Well, yeah, that's true. But what I was going to say in response to that, some people don't really realize the mistake that they've made until after
they've made the mistake. That's true.
After they've made
I mean, I extend grace to people that are not understanding what's happening with them.
Oh, of course.
Because I would want that grace extended to me, because I don't always make the right decisions.
Right.
And I do sometimes base my decisions on how I'm feeling.
You're right about that.
So I can what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
I'm just simply giving you an amen.
But my point is, because he's trying to take it there.
Yeah, I heard you about my point is. I hear you make
my
your point.
point is that we should learn and grow to a position to where we can make our decisions based on something more than our flesh, more than our emotions. That is why we say cuff responsibly.
Yes.
Be responsible with your emotions. Be responsible with how you handle people.
Be responsible with your
emotions.
Don't
use somebody for what you need, and then when you no longer need them, you drop them.
Yeah.
That's how bad mentalities go into good relationships.
That's right. This is very true. Very, very true. Cuff responsibly, y'all.
Cuff responsibly.
Do it responsibly. We're not saying you ain't gonna do it, because we know you're
gonna do it.
Just
know what you're doing.
Just be
responsible. and understand what you're doing.
Right. Please.
So yeah,
I think that's good for
you. I'm good.
Listen, man, we've enjoyed our time.
It's
today.
Our first episode of the new season.
First Saturday in October.
Yeah, October's gonna be a great month.
It is.
It's a great month. We hope that for the month of October, we're gonna dive deeper into cuffing,
we're gonna stay here.
And the things that come out of cuffing season. So y'all join us next Saturday, every Saturday in the month of October.
Noon.
We're back, y'all. We're back. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors,
tell everybody.
Your wife, grab your kids.
Grab everybody.
Until next time.
See y'all next week.
Bye, y'all.
Peace out.